Hey Sagittarius, it's Angela. We're here to do Sagittarius Sun Moon Rising soul guidance reading for mid-ish August 2022. Okay. And remember, like I said, time really doesn't, energy does not, ascribe to any timeline. This is just a vibration that's coming up now. Whenever you read the video watch the video, or even if you're not in Sagittarius Sun Moon Rising, but this appeals to you, this message is for you as well. When I pull the cards, I'm drawn into the energy of Sag, but it doesn't mean only Sag can watch it, right? And remember, this is internal guidance, this is soul guidance, this is not an outward sort of predictive psychic reading. This is more intuitive, what's going on within and how can we transform some of these things. Okay, and what I usually do is pull one oracle card to give us a theme or a topic to focus on. And those are coming from the Earth Magic deck this time. And for you, Sagittarius, I pulled Waterfall. Effortless. I like it. So maybe some of you are not feeling that things are effortless. Maybe there's some struggle. Maybe it's internal. Maybe you have some goals that aren't hitting and aren't reaching. Maybe this is a relationship thing, that things, take so much effort in order to make things right or make things go well. So we're going to look into what you can do within you to make some shifts, to allow for to allow for the effortlessness to enter into your experience. Okay, so here we go. Here's your Zen cards that we pulled, tarot cards, and your starting point is here, and then you have internal energies on the left and external vibrations on the right, how they sort of show up in your day-to-day life. This card down here is the key to moving forward, and then we get here up to a higher level of understanding as it pertains to allowing life to be a little more effortless. And then we read those cards too at the end. So starting points here. Let's see where you start out here, Sag. Maturity. So I like this already. I'm already feeling that for some of you, the desire to have more effortlessness in your experience, you're already tuning into the fact that, first of all, you're already tuning into the fact that it's possible, which comes with wisdom, right? When we're younger and we're still learning our ways of how we communicate and how we work through problems and how we find our solutions, when we're younger, a lot of things feel more insurmountable. As we mature and as we gain more experience, we realize sometimes there's shortcuts through things. Sometimes if I show up in a certain way with love and honesty, it washes away any difficulties. In general, if I have like a big goal that I'm trying to achieve, the maturity and the wisdom that you have on board with you tells you will get there. Even though it doesn't feel like it's moving fast enough, you still know that deep within. So this is important to tap into those inner workings and the things that work for you, and those general things about life, like things really are always working out for me. Even though some things are difficult and challenging, I still learned from it, and I learned how to avoid it next time, or things like that. So this life experience, sort of wisdom guided energy, is a wonderful place to start as you're seeking the waterfall in your own experience. Internally and within you, the energies that supports this maturity, or this card of wisdom, is the creator. Beautiful. This is a wonderful 1-2 punch to start with. You are beginning to really get this now, Sag. You are the creator of your experience. The life that you experience comes from you, comes from your third chakra in this case, but it comes from your source, your soul, your guidance. And, you know, some people want to say, well, really, like, I didn't create that car accident I was in last week. No, you didn't create that, because some things are, you know, out of our control. Most of everything that's happening in the external world is out of your control. But your inner being and the way you respond, you know, I got in this accident. Thank goodness I didn't get too hurt. You know, things happen, accidents happen. I'm so glad I'm not hurt and the other people aren't hurt, and let's just move on, right? The way you approach any situation is creating the way you experience it, right? You know, really it's just how you choose to be in it. I know it's sometimes it's an elusive kind of a concept to get, but like some people say, I didn't choose to have a partner that fights with me all the time. Well, maybe energetically you did. Maybe your souls came together to work some of this stuff out, to learn that I'm not always going to be at ease. It's not always going to be effortless with my partner or with anyone I encounter. And it's up to me to find ways to smooth that over, either by not fighting back, walking away, acknowledging that this person is agitated and wants to fight. Maybe there's something deeper going on. You know, there's a lot of ways to look at any one action that happens in your external world. There's many ways to see it and many ways to approach it. And what you're starting to get as the creator of your experience is that you get to choose that. You get to choose your response to everything. You get to choose how effortless it feels, right? Okay, let's move forward. Let's see what else the rest of the guidance says. Okay. So having your wisdom on board and realizing every choice you make, all the responses that you have to the circumstances in your life are creating the experience, the way you're going to experience it, right? Okay, and that 1-2 punch there combined in your external world, the guidance is to slow it down. That's where some of the effortlessness comes in, is to not be in a rush, not be so, and I'm going to say not be so achievement oriented, but I don't mean don't make achievements in your life. What I mean is don't make that the only prize. You know, I'm going toward this achievement, but every step along the way, I can enjoy the experience because I'm creating the way I'm experiencing this. So yeah, I'm on my way to the achievement, but wow, you know, on Tuesday, I get to sit with, you know, I don't know how much I've achieved so far, and I get to really relish in how far I've come, and then look forward to Wednesday when I will take another step toward that achievement, right? It's knowing when to pause, knowing the pace that fits best for you so that you're not creating an experience that's uncomfortable, right? Even if you're talking about interactions with others, you can, if somebody sparks a fight and wants to get into it, you can slow that down. You can redirect it, right? By not responding so quickly, by not responding with a loud voice or anger, by turning it around and saying, oh, what's going on? Or, you know, are you feeling okay? If someone's snapping at you, right? There are ways to transform anything and make it less challenging and with less resistance. This is just a matter of you finding what ways work for you. Okay. The key to moving forward here is the miser, and see what I mean? It's finding ways. This old woman here, she's bound up and gripping on to all her riches, right? Everything that she owns, she holds close to her chest. She's got a wall built around her that's right up to right around where her heart is. And anything beyond that, in those depths of who she is hidden from others, hidden from herself sometimes. And she's walled off. Well, this mature being and this creator of their own experience both know those, you know, these aspects of you both know this is not sustainable. There has to I mean, there, I guess there doesn't have to be, but there should be a breaking point where you can sort of let some of that wall down and give of who you are. Be more in your truest sense of who you are. Be more in your authenticity more often than not. Right? We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for, oh, you have to transform yourself and then you're perfect and you never have to do any more self-work again. That's not what we're saying. This is just a little more often than not, be in your authenticity and have the awareness that you're creating all of your experiences, and be willing to slow down the pace a little bit. Be willing to let the water wash over you. And, water, this, there's an emotional aspect to this too. Water is an element that represents our feelings, and, letting them flow, letting those feelings flow out, letting them be part of what you're experiencing and what you're giving to others. Let it flow out. Let some of that wall come down. And that creates a more easeful path for you. I really feel like there's some of you that are like, oh yeah, I already know this, because I feel like a lot of you have achieved this. And maybe these cards are just a reminder, like a refresher. So, but more and more, brick by brick, stone by stone, we can take the little walls down and show up more authentically every single day. And life does become more easeful. It just becomes, you're more in your truth. And that's an easier path than resisting. Okay. Now we get up here to this new level of awareness. We had the Miser card kind of calling on us to give of ourselves a little more, or let down the wall and show who we are, show the emotions that are there, without fear of it harming us, really, because our truth really can't ever harm us. Now we land at this spot, and this spot is no thingness. So now we get to learn that in the quest for effortless life and knowing that we're creating our experience, now we get to learn to drop our expectation. The no thingness card is asking us not to attach to a certain specific outcome. And when we were talking earlier about the achievements we want to make, and every step of the way we can kind of slow it down and pace ourselves toward that, being more authentic in the process. Yes, we're going toward an achievement. But if we are stuck with the idea that it has to go down this path, one path, or end up in one way only, we're going to be disappointed, because then remember, the stuff in life keeps happening. It keeps coming. It keeps flowing. We have, balls to dodge and arrows to miss and stuff comes at us. And if we expect to be able to plan every step of our path to a certain point, to an outcome, with no modifications and no changes at all, then we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. So this is that higher level of understanding, is learning the art of detachment. Yes, I'm on my way. Yes, I'm learning and growing. Yes, my life is becoming more and more effortless, and we'll see what happens. Right? Not, but if this doesn't happen, I'm going to be a failure. No, there isn't any of that. Okay. So no attachment to outcomes. Now, internally, that's supported by the intuitive awareness that there is a phase of you, an aspect of you that is getting this, that it can really kind of close the door on the old ways of doing things, on this, setting up expectations, resisting the flow of life because I want my expectation to come through only, I want this goal. So I'm going to resist everything else that comes along. But then I end up stuck, right? I end up behind this wall. So this is nice, because within you, you're realizing, oh yeah, I don't have to go back to mostly being in resistance. I can move forward to being mostly in the effortless vibration. And you're getting that. There's almost like a clear phase. You're kind of clearly phasing out of doing it one way and moving toward a more easeful way. Like I said, it doesn't mean every single day is going to be easy, but the more you do get it, the more you're going to get. Does that make sense? That sort of law of attraction vibration. The more you practice it and move with ease, the more ease you will have and actually can expect when we're talking about not expecting anything. Yeah, big things might happen to me, but I know I can expect as much ease as possible because of what I've learned, because of these practices that I put into place. So that's nice. There's like a closure there to your old way of seeing things. And then your final card and the outcome and sort of the cap to it all is guidance. And this is you following the flow of your guidance, following your feelings, following your own pace, making sure that you realize you're creating every step of this way, every experience that you have. And you get to rely more on your vibration to move you through life instead of structures or logistics or things that, your mind sets up, outlines and, which are good to have. Goals and outlines and plans are great to have, but the flow comes when we're also allowing our intuition, our whole self, our heart to lead us through things, our willingness not to expect much, except that I will move through this and I will get to the other side, right? It's that wisdom that you're gaining that's helping you along this path and making things more effortless. Okay, Sag, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to post again for September. I promise I won't be late with those. And I love you guys. Do all the things, click and like and share and subscribe and comment and do the things that you can to help boost my channel. I want to get that algorithm going so that we're really in the flow. And I've got more stuff coming, more content, a little bit different content besides the readings that I'm going to add to the site soon. Not soon, like next week, but in the next few months. And that's it for now. Love you.